Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we are breaking down the absolutely meteoric rise of Denise Rosseau. She's an artist who went from a church choir in Mississippi to a global superstar in just over a year, completely rewriting the rulebook on how to become a household name. So, to really get who Denise Rosseau is, you have to understand these two worlds that created her. On one side, you've got this strict religious upbringing, and on the other, the sensual, totally liberated R&B icon she is today. It's that tension, right there, where her story really gets going. So, how does a choir singer from a small town in Mississippi become a global music sensation, like almost overnight? Well, it all starts with the foundation of her voice and the world she was so desperate to escape. You know, her voice was literally forged in the church. That's where she mastered that incredible power and control you hear in her music today. But while the church gave her a voice, it also gave her something to push against, a feeling of confinement that just fueled her ambition to break free. And this right here was the pivotal moment. At just 19, she leaves home and her relationship with producer Jesse Rosseau becomes the catalyst for, well, everything that came next. He wasn't just her partner, he was her creative collaborator, unlocking a period of creativity that most people don't see in a lifetime, let alone in a single year. And that partnership, it led to one of the most prolific creative sprints in recent memory. I mean, the sheer volume of music she released is just staggering. Get this, in just over 1 year, Denise Rosseau released 8 studio projects. No, that is not a typo. 8. We're talking full albums and EPs in about 12 months. To put that in perspective, most artists might release one album every 2, maybe 3 years. And just look at this timeline. It shows the sheer velocity of it all. A new project was dropping nearly every single month. This was a really deliberate strategy to build her narrative in real time, inviting all of us along for the ride. And she wasn't repeating herself either. She went from the classic R&B of Teach Me Tonight to experimenting with Afrobeats, which is this incredible fusion of West African music and American funk, on Afrolove. And across all this music, a really personal story starts to unfold. Her lyrics literally trace her sensual and spiritual liberation, contrasting her southern roots with her new city life. And Jessie is always at the center of it, as her muse, her teacher, and often her daddy, a recurring theme that deliberately blurs the lines between her art and their life. But her rapid rise wasn't just happening on the charts. She understood that to become a household name, you need a powerful visual identity to match the music. Her music videos are so much more than just promotion. They're basically extensions of the songs. And the one constant is Jesse Rosseau. Whether he's a ship captain or a teacher, he is always the leading man, making their real-life romance the absolute centerpiece of her entire artistic world. And her justification for this is pretty simple: authenticity. She's been really clear that there's no need to fake chemistry with an actor when the real inspiration for the song is standing right there. It just makes sense. So by early 2025, they had pretty much conquered the music world. To really solidify their brand, they expanded their story from 3-minute music videos to a full-blown reality TV show. And what began as just a single road trip show, Rolling with the Rosseaus, it quickly morphed into a whole television franchise. The show's success led to spin-offs like Big Papa Bites, turning their personal chemistry into this rapidly growing media brand. And the show was an instant hit, largely thanks to moments just like this one. Her city girl humor and her genuine anxiety about the outdoors made her incredibly relatable to a whole new audience, way beyond just her music fans. The show also totally solidified Jesse's public persona. His paternal, protective nature, a theme that came straight from her music, became a central and beloved part of the reality TV brand. He was the calm, capable provider, and audiences just loved it. Okay, so after conquering both the music industry and television in record time, what could possibly be the next step for this creative powerhouse? Where do you even go from there? Well, true to form, she's not slowing down at all. She's wrapping up another R&B album, My Provider, while at the same time working on a passion project, a full jazz record. It just proves she's not just prolific, she's artistically restless. But her most ambitious project yet takes her to a totally new medium, film. Thumbelina, A New Bloom, is a jazz theater musical, so it's a performance that blends the improvisation of jazz with the storytelling of a stage musical. And it reinterprets the classic fairy tale as a metaphor for her own life. It's the story of her journey from confinement to liberation. And the key thing here is they're building this project entirely on their own terms. The idea began with a personal nickname from Jesse. When Hollywood came knocking, they actually turned down the studio offers just to maintain complete creative control. This ensures their personal story of liberation is told exactly the way they want it to be told. From a Mississippi choir to a multi-platform empire, Denise Rosseau's rise is a masterclass in relentless creation and super savvy brand building. She's proven she's not just an artist, but a world builder. After conquering music and TV, the only question left is, what world will she build next?